Hello, welcome to Prequel, Sequel, Requel, the show where we pick a film or a franchise and give it a prequel, a sequel, and a requel with a panel of expert comedians. Tonight we're doing the film Edward Scissorhands. So without further ado, I'm going to bring our panel in one by one. So first of all, we've got Eddie French.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, scissors for hands already.
Scissors for hands. How are you? I'm
Very good.
Edward
like
Scissorhands.
That's
my name, isn't it? You're right.
It's your name. I should have realised. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good man. Good. Excited. Cool. I enjoyed watching this film, so that's made a bit of a change from recent. Yeah.
Everybody hated Avatar and all the others we've done so far. So that's nice.
Not all of them, but yeah, this is good.
Let's bring our next panelist in this evening. It's the wonderful Natalie Smeaton. Here she is, Natalie Smeaton. Hello.
Can I say that was a charming picture of a Yorkshire Terrier you had just then?
That's my. I don't want to plug his work, but that's an Alec Lumb original. My dad's original painting of a West Yorkshire. It's our old dog actually called Toby.
He looks very pensive. Look how pensive he looks.
Yeah.
Like he knows his death's coming.
I know. that was taken just before the car hit him.
Natalie, you are wearing black and white stripes. You must have been invented by Tim Burton.
Yes. Oh, very astute, Edward. Indeed, I am. As your hands were scissors, my top is Tim Burton.
You've all been dressing up for this. I hope Phil's got something that reflects Edward Scissorhands. Let's bring him in. It's Phil Smith.
Edward Scissorhands. or Charles Scissorhands. They're not. Don't try and do any handiwork with these, but they're good for getting a toddler's ear.
Safety first. That's good. That's good. That you didn't bring a sharp object in like Eddie for no concern over anybody's safety.
I read the rules of the prequel, sequel, requel prop book.
It does say no sharp objects.
I remember that rule.
These are pretty blunt.
It said no pricks.
I'm going to do.
I'm still here.
He keeps getting around that rule every week. I'm only joking. What we're going to say is a quick one. If there's any kids watching, adults, send them away now. But I've got to get that in before somebody starts swearing because we keep getting in trouble.
Phil's not done it yet, has he?
We don't really. No, that's why I said it before he could get his F and Jeff in. I thought we'd do it. So welcome everybody watching on Facebook as well. Thank you for joining us as always on a Sunday night for a bit of fun with prequel, sequel, requel. I don't know how many times I have to say that before I get it right. I think I get it right more than I used to. Anyway, but that's more about me. Let's see. We've got our old friend Roberto. He's straight in tonight. Here he is.
Hey, Roberto. Ciao.
Hello, Roberto.
He's going for it. Why scissors? Edward Scissorhands is a movie tonight, Roberto. Don't know if you've got that. He's off again, Roberto.
Oh, you are such a.
Oh, I love Roberto. I love that he calls me Cat. I'm assuming
we've got our old friend Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Scissors. Look at that. It's a lot of scissor hands.
That's the opposite of why scissors, isn't it? It's just scissors.
That's cutting Roberto down. He's coming. He's going for it.
There's no need for that. Don't fight in the comments, guys. Come on. Let's have a nice night.
Nice clean fight in the comments. Come on. So if you want to comment on the show, we'll have a look as we go. Tonight we are doing Edward Scissorhands, as we've said. So these guys, if you've not seen the show before, they're all going to give me a prequel, a sequel, and a requel for Edward Scissorhands. I've got a minute on the clock to do each one of those. Then you'll be able to vote for which one you like the best, and then there'll be a winner of that round. Then later on, we want our lovely audience to give us a new Disney film title, anything you like. We're going to throw this one completely open, anything that you think might make a funny Disney film, and then we'll all see what we can do with those later on. But for now, I'm going to read you the DVD box for Edward Scissorhands. It's a bit of a description for you. This is how they sold the film back in the day. Are you ready for this? Here we go. Once upon a time, in a castle high on a hill, lived an inventor whose greatest creation was named Edward. Although Edward had an irresistible charm, he wasn't quite perfect. The inventor's sudden death left him unfinished, with sharp shears of metal for hands. Edward lived alone in the darkness until one day a kind Avon lady took him home to live with her family. So began Edward's fantastical adventures in a pastel paradise known as Suburbia.
Sounds
It doesn't sell it very well, actually. I also how much easier would it have been to just give him hands instead of scissors as well? I always think that when I watch
Why
this
did
movie.
they
I
do
would have
that?
liked it to
Yeah.
have been a pair of scissors, but with hands.
As a stopgap measure, it's like, well, we're not going to be able to put hands on you yet, so I'm just going to fill you with scissors. It's just
Sounded
really,
like
really
Liberace,
weird.
that.
I always sound like a bit like Liberace, but
I know it was Vincent Price, but it sounded like
it was
Liberace.
Vincent Price. Yeah,
I'm gonna play you a song while I make you some hands, Edward.
he's
Yes, Roberto. Edward is in the movie.
Yeah.
Well done.
That Edward's in the movie with Scissorhands. We'll just try and.
There's a different Edward. It's not.
Oh,
Thing about us Edwards, we all look the same.
it's gonna be one of them nights. I don't know what that is. Is that just?
Boxing gloves.
Oh, can you see that?
Yeah, you put it up on the.
I've got
The
just coded things on
Like
mine.
horse
I'm
thing
not
as
installed.
Yes, Roberto.
Is-
It's good, Roberto. It's got Johnny Depp in, Winona Ryder.
He's in the
Check it
room
out.
now with us. He's fine. Roberto's on board. Right.
Shall we wait for him to watch it?
Oh, look
Anna's
at this.
wife's his game. I blocked Roberto because he's a fake Italian just trolling. It's gonna be one of them nights. They've already
I'm
started.
enjoying Roberto. I'm enjoying
Leave it.
Roberto and everything.
We'll
he's
deal
got.
with Roberto as we go. He's fine. Leave him in. Leave him in. Don't block him. Bless him. Let him figure out what these films are. Anyway, shall we start this evening? We're 6 minutes in. There's already one on Facebook.
That's how little we can afford to, to get rid of any audience members at all. We're so grateful for anyone who's willing to come back more than 1 week in a row. We go, no, come in, even if you're talking crap.
Anna says he's not
What?
Italian. He's not
Oh.
Italian. We'll figure that out as we go. Right, now let's start with the prequels this evening. So let me get me banner up. Here we go. Just to
Here he
show,
is.
just to make it.
Yay!
There we go. Edward Scissorhands prequels.
Right
So
there.
we're going to start off with Phil this evening. First of all,
Can you be lenient with me with the timing, please? Because I may slightly run over.
yes, I will.
Oh,
I
good
will.
Lord. Is there a song and a dance in this?
I'll
could
start
be
the timer anyway, just for
The only thing that
rules,
was missing from the original.
So your prequel, Phil, you ready?
I am.
Your minute starts now, but I'll be lenient. Go for
Right,
it.
Vincent Price is the inventor, an elderly gentleman who has a strange hobby of creating humanoids with rather strange defects to help with his gothic mansion on inventing production line that he has. Some of his creations are as follows: Stephen Spoon Toes, Harold Elastic Ears, Susan Six Legs, Carly Cow Tits, Javinda Vegetable Face, and Tony Dick Fingers. But he never seems to get it right. Most of these creations perished due to poor care, especially Javinda Vegetable Face, whose face rotted. And Tony Dick Fingers was jailed and executed for pretending to be a doctor. The prequel basically follows the inventor's life it's become a pretty dark and lonely, a bit like the film Joker, as he arrives for his shift at the hardware store. Shite money and inventing at the moment, so he contemplates taking his own life. And he picks up the sharpest pair of scissors he could find. And a customer says to him, "Oh, you can't go without a good pair of scissors in the house. I'd have them as hands if I could." The inventor heads straight home and begins inventing again. And it ends with a shot of some perfectly formed scissor hands.
1 minute 8. That was fine. Right then, cool. Okay. Questions then. So this is the opportunity I didn't explain. So you can question Phil on his epic there. Eddie and Nat, have you got any questions for her?
Yeah,
Go on
so
in.
many.
Oh,
Go on, Eddie. Go on, Eddie.
I've got one. Did you read my prequel?
Is it the same?
It's large. Broadly speaking, it's the same thing.
You know that shared drive I encroached you onto to store everything on? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
Top box.
And the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I know you just wanted to see if yours was normal, so could you have a look at mine? But I'm still not comfortable about that.
Yeah, I am.
I've seen
That
it.
makes me less comfortable. Yeah.
He's always sending pictures.
No more questions. No, because I know how that film goes because I wrote it as well. So I've got no questions. I know all about it.
We'll find out about yours in a minute. And Nat, have you got a question?
Yeah,
for us?
I do. I want to know more about Carly Cow Tits. So let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Are the tits everywhere, or does she just have cow udders for tits?
She
Or does
just
she have
has a
lots of
massive
tits?
pair of udders, sort of built.
So like
within
one udder on
her
each
torso.
side.
No, she has the full. I think cows might have 6 to 8 udders. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I've never counted them, but she has the same amount of udders or cow tits, as they're known as in Middlesbrough, as a cow.
And does she get on very well with Tony Dickfingers? Please tell me they get together.
Tony Dickfingers is very good at milking, so they do form a rather good partnership.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all I wanted to know. She was intriguing to me.
Well, Tony Dickfingers sounds a lot like Edward Penis Hands, the adult film that was made in the 90s, starring Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue as Edward Penis Hands. If you ignore all the pornography, it is one of the funniest film parodies I've ever seen in my life.
How can you ignore the pornography?
It's really, really dull. It's
I won't
really.
Get to the plot. I'll watch the first few minutes of pornography.
Hang on a minute, they're going in the kitchen. Fast forward.
Sorry.
No, seriously, it's really boring. But they recreate the scene where they're having food, where they're eating a meal together, and Nikki Sixx has just got these 2 massive knobs, and he's just going through this plate of spaghetti bolognese, and it is foul. It's really funny. But so, Edward, how are you? What do you think you're doing? Eating bolognese off his own hand. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Eating what off his own hands, me?
Eating bolognese. Yeah, no.
Bolognese.
Bolognese. Yeah, and then there's a bit where he just sprays in the air, and the lass just starts going.
Oh God!
Oh,
is that true?
It's it's really funny. It's really funny.
Right.
Can we do that one next week?
Yeah, we'll do Edward Penis Hands next week.
Should have done it as an extended cut tonight after the 9 o'clock watershed. Right then, let's move on.
We'll do a live stream of it. Yeah. Oh, mine. Yeah. Okay.
Time for your minute. Away you go.
Phil's film. No. A middle-aged inventor buys a spooky house in which to make his children. He goes in alphabetical order until he gets it right. He starts with Alan Cannonlegs, who accidentally fires himself into the ceiling and dies. Brenda Whisktits, who beats an egg white to the size of a room and drowns. There's Colin Barbecue Tong Eyes, who chokes on a coin, oddly enough. And Debbie Winch Knees, who dies trying to pull a Land Rover out of a ravine. Then he makes Edward Scissorhands, and we watch that film instead.
For 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Phil did a lot of the heavy lifting for me, so I need all the time.
So I've got. Listen, this is the thing though. People are joining late, so they're just going to see your pitch and totally disregard mine. And go, there you go.
I'll recap.
I'm up for
anything. That's all right, Michael. Don't worry. Hello, Michael and Janet. Welcome.
Hi, Michael and Janet.
Don't worry about that. We'll do my recap, which obviously fills in all the
world-class recap, Chris. Yeah, the world-class recap.
Yeah.
They will sound like 2 entirely different films.
It were about other things, his hands.
Yeah. Right, have you got a question? Any questions for Eddie there?
Yeah, I want to know more about what was the name? Debbie Winch Knees.
Yeah, Debbie Winch Knees. Yeah.
Where does she winch herself, or is it a back winch, or how does it work?
No, her knees, as well as providing a bend in the center of the leg, also have lengths of 6-core steel cable that can be used to winch things out of stuff. So she's trying to pull a Land Rover out of a ravine, but it proves too much. One of the knees goes, and she gets pulled into the ravine, dying.
Tragic.
It is, yeah.
Tragedy. Right, okay. Nat, have you got a question for?
Yeah, I do. So I can't remember the name of the whisk tits person. What was it?
Brenda
Whisk Tits. Does she have other attachments? Because I know a lot of blenders and handheld whisks do have attachments. Can she take the whisks off and put on something to beat eggs with? That's
Can
not.
She not just be Brenda the blender?
Well, no, because that's not a thing and a body part.
Yeah, just a nickname then.
Yeah, it's just a nickname. Yeah, maybe if she'd survived basically what happened was she's there thinking, oh, I should probably make an Italian meringue for the inventor. So she's there with a knocker in a bowl, in 2 bowls, and falls asleep. Keeps on adding more air into the white, and it just expands and expands, and then before you know it, it's like she's been murdered by a fire extinguisher. And they take her to the hospital, and all they can see is this sort of there's just this sort of hard shell of egg white, and then they just slow down and stop, and then they go, time of death 3:25. Damn it, we've lost another whisk-titted girl. Never gets any easier.
Did that answer your question?
Yes.
More than I needed, to be honest.
More than words.
Right then, okay, time to move on. Nat, it's your turn for your prequel, please.
I almost can I just make a statement that
hang on a minute. Whoa. We had a classic 4-way thing then when everybody was talking.
I was just saying, can I do my pitch again for the latecomers?
No,
I'm only kidding.
You'll get your recap and you'll enjoy it.
I feel a bit left out because I wish I'd have done mine about people with body parts. And
you mean yours is not the same, right?
It's not, believe it or not.
This could swing the votes.
Maybe ours is too obvious and yours is out there.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, I'm going to put your minute on the clock. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Go.
Esmeralda is a young woman with a dream. She meets young Vinny, an inventor and a wise guy who she falls in love with. They get married, but sadly find they can't have the one thing in the world Esmeralda wants, a child. After trying lots of different things, Vinny, the inventor, starts trying to create a human being to be their child. As each invention is created and fails due to them being insane, dangerous, or just very stupid, Esmeralda turns to religion and rejects Vinny as being possessed by the devil and his inventions as being made by Satan. She leaves him and he continues to invent, finally coming up with Edward, who's the best one and must always be kept secret. Esmeralda becomes a lady in the town who becomes a religious crazy lady. And then we go into the film.
I have an immediate question.
Okay. What is your question?
It's a 2-pronged question, so 2 questions. Vincent Price, is he in this, and will it be done in a Hammer horror style?
Well, I first of all would have liked to have CGI'd him in like they did with that fella in Gladiator. What's his face? What is his name? Yeah. But actually, no, I think it's more Tim Burton-esque for us to literally dig him out of the ground and force his like disgustingly dried, shriveled up old corpse to star in the movie. So yeah, he will be in it just as like a dead, rotting corpse, because that's what Tim would do. Yeah, literally, yeah.
That is what Tim Burton would have wanted him to want.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Tim Burton direct Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
exactly the same. They're just a load of curves and loads of swirls.
Yeah,
with Helena Bonham Carter as Bernie.
And a sandworm out of Beetlejuice.
And Bernie would just be wearing a stripy shirt, and that would be it. And then Tim Burton would go, "Do you like my new idea? I'm such a clever boy."
Yeah. And they'll all go, "We thought your other work was much better." He'll go, "Shut up."
Shut up, I am good at thinking.
There's loads of backstory that weren't necessary now, like Willy Wonka's dentist or whatever the hell he put in that one.
It was his dad, wasn't it? It was
Christopher
Lee.
Yeah, his dad. Yeah.
Dentist. How bizarre.
I always love to see Christopher Lee, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No, but it's like asking for the Joker's backstory. No one really wants it. No one really needs it, and only stupid people are impressed.
Oh my word!
No,
strong words.
I'm messing with you all.
Strong words. Right.
Just dressing me with a toy spanner.
Nat, have you got a question? Oh no, you're pitch, wasn't it?
No.
Eddie, have you got
a question?
I asked a question, didn't I? Did I ask a question?
You did, yeah.
You did. Has Eddie got a question for Nat? Then?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't asked a question, but I'd like to know: is there a scene where she angrily has to push a large Wurlitzer organ from the top room of the big mansion all the way down all the stairs because
to get it to a house?
Yeah, and then just walk it apparently 4 yards down the street, because right at the end of the film when they're running the policeman
just
chases
there,
him
isn't it?
very slowly. It's like 4 doors down.
It's right
It's
there.
so
Yeah.
weird.
It's
It's
bizarre.
so weird, but
There's a
I'm
few
all right with it.
logistical problems with the film. Yes, there is.
A little bit, yeah,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Also,
But no,
the
she,
town.
She has all the stupid inventions that he made first move it for
Oh,
her.
right.
Yeah. And there's like a comedy bit, like a to me to you bit where they lower it out of a window. Several of them are crushed under the falling Wurlitzer.
Because there is a sequence in Edward Scissorhands that looks more akin to something out of Wallace and Gromit than anything else. And the biscuit making machine, cracking eggs open, and then and it's got feet walking along the conveyor belt to push it along, and it's.
I've got to say, I had never seen Edward Scissorhands until yesterday when I watched
really?
it for this.
Oh wow!
Ever, and there were bits of it that were troubling. It was just very troubling.
Do you want to elaborate, or is just
mansion just at the top of the street, crumbling, mad old man in it. Nobody goes to check on him. Did anyone do his shopping during Corona? Probably not. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I mean, how did Edward get his groceries and everything? And
Exactly.
there's a lot of questions. Maybe the house was so well stocked that it lasted him until that Avon lady went. We don't know.
What companies sell massive blocks of ice to
he's
apparently abandoned mansions?
Exactly.
Also, to the top floor, where we've seen that floor can't handle weight. It's fragile, and yet there's 6-ton blocks of ice there for him to snippety up. Oh, it's great.
He makes it snow every year, but he must have to wait until the wind is perfect for it to be blowing up. I've just got a lot of questions.
Yeah, does he make it rain, as Eddie just demonstrated?
Maybe he's got a snowblower.
Actually, in fairness, it is all done as a bedtime story by an old lady to her granddaughter. So maybe Winona Ryder's full of shit.
It's a good point.
Maybe she's making it up completely. I don't know.
When I watched it this afternoon, I genuinely did fall asleep on the couch.
Oh,
it does work.
Nice. Yeah, maybe they cut the scene where the little lass did turn around at the end of the story and went, "But Grandma, there's no house on the hill. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You daft old bat.
And she went, "Some of us know. Some of us know what happened." And
also, Winona
Ryder, that looks terrible.
Winona Ryder's idea of being an old woman is just to go, yes.
To be fair, she had a bit of a walk as well. She did the walk.
She did.
She did the old lady shuffle.
I thought she looked younger. Yeah. She looked younger than in Stranger Things.
Do you know what? They should do?
Oh, that's unkind.
You know what they should do? When actors get the certain age for when they were in films like this, they should go back in and insert them back in as their older selves.
Right.
I think they should do that. It'd be a good idea, that. You know what I mean?
Good.
Anyway, let's do the recap. We took ages on
do the world-class recap, Chris.
Right, here we go. So, for those of you playing at home on Facebook, if anyone's left after that long-winded garbage, you can vote now for your favourite prequel. I'm going to do you a quick recap, so get your votes in as we do this. So, first of all, we heard Phil's, that some of you might have missed, as he wanted to point out. Basically, it was the backstory of the inventor who makes a long line of weird and wacky, wonderful half-person, object, I guess. So you had Spoon Toes.
Stephen Spoon Toes, Harold Elastic Ears, Susan Six Legs, Carly Cowtits, Javinda Vegetable Face, and Tony Dick Fingers.
And he said it was a bit like Joker as well, throwing it a mix, a bit of a darker telling of the tale. Is that good enough, Phil?
It'll do.
Thank you. Right. Eddie's was an inventor who makes a load of different listed people. He makes, through the alphabet.
I'll do my list. Yes, he does it alphabetically. Alan Cannon Legs, Brenda Whisk Tits, Colin Barbecue Tongue Eyes, and Debbie Winch Knees.
And then Natalie's was a tale about Esmeralda and Vinny, and they wanted a child. They couldn't have a child, so the inventor made a child, but he couldn't quite get it right. They were all coming out wrong. And then it turns out that it was actually Vincent Price, obviously the inventor, but the religious lady in town was his wife, and went their separate ways. A bit of a tragic tale there. And then you're going to dig up Vincent Price's corpse to be in it.
Yeah.
That wins the vote. Don't know about that. So let's get voting. So don't forget, vote on Facebook. Just leave a comment. We'll see him in the room. We can have a look at your votes. So get those in now. We'll vote in the room now while we're here. So, oh God.
I don't know, because Eddie and Phil's are two such wildly different films. I'm not sure I could.
I'm gonna vote for Nats just because it's different. I've got to.
I can't vote for Phil's because that's essentially voting for mine by proxy. And I understand that Natalie is basically in a position where she has to choose which list of people was funnier. So I'm voting for Nat.
Right.
Thank you. As much as I loved Carly Cowtits, the barbecue tongue eyes man of Eddie's just has really got me, so I'm going to go for Eddie.
Phil?
Yeah, I'm not voting.
He chokes. He chokes on a coin.
We've got a spoiled ballot.
I vote for Nats as well.
You're going to vote for Nats as well.
Thanks.
The hanging Chad of.
Did you hear how he said that through his gritted teeth?
He did, didn't he?
I'm going to vote for Nats. We've only got one vote online. I don't know. Let's have a look.
Italiano falls.
They probably all fell asleep and not just switched off.
Oh.
Votes for Eddie. Have we got any more votes? Where's our good friend the Forests with their votes? And Anna? We not got them.
They're all off to watch Edward Penis Hands.
Should have recommended that.
I can't see any of you. Where have you all gone?
There's no more.
They've just all opened a separate tab on the browser.
We'll have to close the vote. We'll have to close the vote. That's it. We'll have to close the vote. We're gonna have to top that up. So Nat, you've won 3 votes.
Thank you very much. It feels like a hollow victory.
Hopefully we'll get some more.
Oh, the votes are in. The votes are in.
Hang on, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute.
Nat and vote for you. Oh no, these.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet.
That's still won. That's fine. That's good. Thank you for your votes. Right then, so we're going to move straight on to the sequels, Edward Scissorhands sequels. Don't forget, if you're playing at home, vote as we go, but also leave us your title for a new Disney film, anything you like. So Walt Disney's classic, blah, whatever.
I've got one question there. Natalie, did you just drink your Coke like a squirrel?
I'm trying not to have it on the screen because I'm scared we'll get into trouble because it says Coca-Cola on it. So I'm doing like Donald Trump and I'm drinking with 2 hands like Donald Trump so we don't get copyrighted.
I don't think Coca-Cola Company are going to have a word with us.
Watch this. The screen will just come off and it'll say enjoy Coke.
There might be some rogue element who
There'll be somebody. I reckon Roberto's a secret Coca-Cola
Ted Hankey's not going mad at me for these mugs. So.
he'll want 5% if you advertise Ted Hankey, is all right? And
look at that.
Have you noticed that? You never see Phil and Ted Hankey at the same place at the same time.
I don't know.
They can't stand each other.
Yeah.
well known in the industry. They're just they've said some bad things about one another.
They had a run in
It's not pretty. Not pretty.
Right, let's crack on. This episode's going to be about 3 hours long if we don't crack on. Hang on. Right. Sequels then. Edward Scissorhands sequels. First of all, we're going to start with Eddie this time with your minutes.
All right. Yep.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Away you go.
Peg Boggs can't sleep. She's not been able to sleep ever since the strange boy left. She hears snips and cuts in the darkness. She sees leaves fall from the trees. She no longer corrects her son when he's rude. He could do with a trim. Kim seems sad. She did love the strange boy, didn't she? The garden looks shabby now. The dinosaur is growing out. Worse than the neighbor's hair. Someone should do something about that. We didn't deserve the strange boy. He just needed love. We showed him none. Let's show them some. The film ends with Peg walking away from the street in full bondage gear, blood-dripping scissors in both hands.
Lovely.
Okay.
Who's not going to sleep tonight?
Who is gonna sleep tonight?
Peg will finally sleep.
If you'd have thrown a neck reference in, you'd have got Phil's vote straight away.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That was dark.
It was dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, very well articulated as well.
It's like a little poet.
Yeah.
Right. Phil, now have you got some questions for Eddie? Sure you have.
I want to know who's directing this dark tale.
It's good question, isn't it? I think Burton would make it a bit too busy and fussy. I think need someone who's going to be sort of quite stripped down. I think. Your man who did Mad Max Fury Road.
I know you mean, but I can't remember his name.
George Miller. George Miller.
Who's Frank Miller?
Where's Daniel? He's our fact checker.
Frank Miller's the comic book writer. George Miller's the director. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
I'd like him to do it. He's done the Mad Max stuff, and so he can do sort of sparse, not much happening, but everything's happening kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
and he'd be very good at the bondage outfit, won't he?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I did wonder why Edward Scissorhands' naked state appears to be full bondage. Because he just puts the trousers and the shirt on over the top of that, as if he's just wandering around nude, but he's made out of sort of straps and belts and stuff. So, yeah.
But he is half humanoid, isn't he? Whatever.
Well, he is entirely robotic, apparently. Yeah.
My question is, what is part of this bondage outfit? Be detailed.
You filthy bitch.
What are you wearing?
Well,
God.
a lot of the outfit is obscured by buckles, but it is essentially sort of untreated rawhide leather, just sort of sparsely dyed amateurly with black, which means that some of the drying darker blood does seep into the sort of more open suede areas. Obviously, the head is bare, but the neck is there is a choker on there.
Oh, but, go on! Appeal to his neck. Yeah, go on.
But you know those, they're not ball gags. They're like empty ball gags that are. She's got one of those. Yeah, one of those. She's just got one of those just around there, so it looks like a proper tracky fucker.
You don't want it too big, though. I don't want to see too much esophagus. Just to be clear there.
Is there any point in the film where Peg Boggs is not the epitome of modesty and style?
She is a lady. Come on, Phil.
Diane Weist is a treasure in any film she's in.
Absolutely is.
She's brilliant in this film.
Yeah, I'd have her in any film. I'd go, get her in.
Oh, yeah, get her in the Expendables.
Get Diane in and get Kane in as well. I'd have them both in a film, them two. Straight away, no messing.
Hello, Diane.
Dependable.
Yep.
Dependables.
The Dependables.
There you go. Weist and Kane with machine guns just coming in an helicopter. How good would that be? That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about Edward Scissorhands. Right.
And that was about it, yeah.
Who asked that question then?
Well, it ended up being about throats, so have a guess.
Yeah. Nat, have you got a question for...
I asked who's directing
the director.
Director, right, we're done. Okay, let's move on then. So, Nat, it's your turn, please. I'll get you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
Alrighty.
Away you go.
Okay, so it's the far future. The world has been enslaved by the robots and immortal Edward has created in order to get the revenge on the world which turned against him. Humans are forced, amongst other things, to create incredible topiaries from the world's forests. If they're not perfect, the robot overlords punish them by forcing the humans to have limbs removed and replaced by various household objects, hoovers, loafers, etc. In a cruel parody of Edward's hands, descendants of Kim's family are the only ones who can free the world by going back to the now crumbling ruin of his original home, finding his blueprints and exploiting his weakness to destroy the robots, which they do after a tense and action-packed battle scene with CGI and shit. That's it.
Okay, right. Very good.
CGI shit.
Well, there's like going to be CGI shit.
We can't do a real one.
Well,
okay,
maybe that's
cool.
what Edward just needs. Maybe he's never had a really good shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he'd feel a lot better.
We can't wipe his ass, that's why.
Exactly.
He does look constipated a lot of time.
Yeah.
He can't wipe his ass. He can't have any fun. Like maybe he just needs a hand. An actual hand.
Wipe yourself, Edward. I can.
I can't
do it.
I would have been doing that for him. Well,
Pardon?
Peg Boggs would have probably done that for him because that's
Peg had
the
done
kind
it.
of lovely lady she is.
That Golden
And now
Labrador would have done it.
He's probably really mad because he's got a sore ass all the time. Nobody ever thinks about that, do they? No.
Yeah,
No.
I bet he's not talked himself before putting that leather on as well, so he'll have chafing in there. Yeah.
He's sweaty. Yeah.
There's so many problems that we're bringing to light about this film.
He can't run a comb through his hair.
No wonder they never made a sequel because they just thought, whoa, too many plot holes.
Yeah.
Right then, okay. Questions.
This Burton kids left this movie a mess. We can't make a sequel.
Questions for Nat there? None.
No. Pretty comprehensive, to be honest.
All right. Okay. Well, we can just move on. It's not a problem.
Well, I'll tell you what. Back at you. Who would you have directing your film?
Oh well, I think that I want it to be a bit action packed, and if we want to make it sort of John Woo-y, maybe a bit of a John Woo thing, because instead of like doves, like he has that signature thing where doves explode from everywhere, maybe that's what the shit could do. Just like, and that becomes his new signature. Go on.
There was a sort of doves-esque thing where it was either leaves or animal hair or human hair or ice that sort of, that sort of cascaded everywhere. So maybe that's where the woo, the woo factor lives.
And if it's John Woo, maybe he'll cast Nicolas Cage for one of the roles. That would be great. Yeah, maybe Nicolas Cage could do all of them. Yeah.
If there's any man who could.
Tim Burton nearly made a Superman film, didn't he? With
Nicolas Cage.
Superman Lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would pay to see that. I would just.
Superman.
All right. You can pay to see a documentary about it with a lot of footage of Nicolas Cage.
That's right.
Yeah. You can,
No, seriously, pay to watch it. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It is worth it. And Nick Cage is there in the black Superman suit, and he's got hair down to here and stuff. He was playing a very 80s or 70s comic book version of him.
Right, cool. Okay, Phil, It's time for your sequel. Let's crack on. Let's get a minute on the clock. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Time has passed since Edward vanished. Local cougar Joyce has still not forgotten about their passionate embrace in the back of the hair salon and their pending plans to open up a hair salon. Joyce persuades Edward to move to the booming fashion scene in London, where they agree to create the ultimate hair salon just off King's Road in Chelsea, and it's called Sluts Cuts. Edward ends up becoming one of the most respected hairdressers in all of England, and Joyce gets to handle more balls than Golden Banks. Whilst reaping the financial rewards from Edward's experimental approach to hairdressing, they get married, have little kids with tiny, sort of like Cutlery hybrid hands, and Edwards becomes world famous in the late 90s for inventing the Aniston hairstyle.
Oh. Okay. Right, cool. Questions then for Phil?
So do the babies hybrids have like child safety scissors when they're first
no,
born?
they have 3 human fingers and a thumb, but then just like a fork and a spoon.
Well, that's handy. Aha! Sorry, that was an unintentional. Handy. That's good.
It's great for eating, but not good for picking your nose.
Well, they have fingers. They can use the fingers for that.
No one uses other fingers. You always use that one.
Oh, is that where the fork and the spoon? Oh,
yeah,
trouble.
Yeah.
What are their names?
What are the names? Just very simply,
Make it look like you're looking at your notes when people say that. Go, oh yeah, I've got that here, and then you get a bit of extra
Mary
time.
And Mary too.
See, that sounds well thought out.
Yeah. Mary and they considered the second child to be the sequel, so they just called her Mary too.
Yeah, she arrived second.
Yep, fine.
Okay. Any more questions?
At least they didn't consider her a remake. That would have been upsetting, wouldn't it?
Just call the child Reboot. Or Remaster.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Any more questions before we move on to the voting? No?
Feeling good.
Okay. Let's do it. Right. So we'll give everybody playing on Facebook a bit of a recap now and ourselves as well. Here we go. So be sure to get your votes in. Type them in. We'll see them on here. Don't worry about that. So Eddie's was about Peg Boggs. And she basically, she's just into bondage. And she's got bloody
She's not
scissors.
into bondage. She wears the bondage as tribute to the strange boy who everyone treated horribly.
Okay. It was very
And then murders a lot.
It was very elegantly told. And one of the Millers will be directing it, whichever one did Mad Max.
It was George Miller, and I would really like his wife, whose name I've forgotten, to edit it because she is very good at that.
Okay.
Just remembered that.
I'm sure she can do that.
sure.
Right, Nats was about robots. Basically, there was an immortal Edward.
Well, he is immortal, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Kim's descendants. They found the blueprints to exploit Edward's weakness, if I'm getting this right. And then there was a giant CGI battle at the end.
Yeah.
And some shit.
Yeah, because
there was some shit. Yeah.
Shit went down.
Shit went down. Oh well, I thought that's what you meant, but then you said there were actually physical shit in it as well.
It did. I did mean it how you meant it, Chris, and then Phil mentioned shit, so then it just expanded from actual shit. So
right.
Phil once again turned the tide of the conversation to filth.
Cool. Okay. And Phil's was basically Joyce got together with Edward to open a hair salon in London called Sluts Cuts. And Edward, really popular, and Edward invented the Aniston hairstyle in the 90s.
I believe it was known as the Rachel.
The Rachel,
yeah. The Rachel from Friends, yeah.
The Rachel from Friends cut. So get your votes in, and on Facebook then we'll have a look at those in a minute. But let's vote in the room though while we're here. What are we going for?
I'm going to go for Phil's.
I'm going to go for Phil's as well. Yep.
I'm going to go for Phil's because it elicited a woo out of me. So
Landslide. Good idea. Very good. And
I was going to vote for Eddie's because I thought it was delivered like it was almost like the Crypt Master doing it.
It was art.
It was very good.
I'm going to auction off my sequel to benefit pertinent and relevant charities.
Yeah, good.
For charities for women who take in strange boys, have them run out of town, and then go on to kill. So I'll be pledging all the money to charities that benefit that cause.
I'm going to say she took him in quite quickly, didn't she, without thinking he were a murderer. Or she did. You know, simpler times, wasn't it?
Yep.
You know, you wouldn't do that now, would you? If you saw somebody with giant scissors on their hands, you wouldn't go, "Come on. Come with me."
I don't have the space to have them 2 meters away from my house. I've already established my bubble. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, how many water beds did he go through? Bloody hell.
Oh.
Eddie, you got a vote there?
Oh, hang on.
I'm not 100% he means me.
Oh, wait. You're right. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm going down the comment.
Oh.
With scissors together.
Oh.
In honor of my friend Scissorhands.
Sorry. I now vote for Phil in honor. Yeah.
That's Roberto again.
He pressed enter before he finished writing his thing. Phil for the Sluts Cuts. Nice. And Eddie for perfectly presented. Dark story. Perfectly presented.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And Nat, you didn't get any votes in that one.
I didn't. I see how it is.
That's not like you. You usually get one at least. Whoa.
Do you know what you did? You took sort of indie-ish Darling and tried to do box office blockbuster.
I should have just had some sort of.
Might have been a step too far. I don't know.
Do you know what? I could see Burton directing Phil's as well. Anyway, Phil won that round. He won that. So that's one.
He won that round. Well done.
First round to Nat, second round to Phil. It's all to play for still this evening. So we're going to move on. Let's get on to our requels straight away. No messing.
Ooh.
Here we go. Right then. So don't forget, if you're watching on Facebook, you can leave us some comments for a new Disney film title, anything you like tonight, and we'll have a little bit of a play about with those in a while. So this is the final round though, requel, so reboot or a remaster of Edward Scissorhands. We're going to start off with Nat this time.
This isn't going to bode well because everyone hated my sequel and it's tied into my sequel. So
Oh,
I'll just tell you.
You never know.
grave mistake.
If anything,
It might work better as a requel.
You never know. You never know. Let's see what happens. Away we go.
Okay, so I have tied my requel into my sequel. So I want the sequel to the original to come out, and then I want to remake. What I want to happen is that the Edward, the immortal robot Edward from the sequel, is sending back in time killer robots he's created to try kill Kim, Peg, and the family, so that they can't kill him in the future. That's what I want my requel to be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Eddie. That's right.
Is that you finished?
Gosh.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
it.
Could this be called Edward Scissorhands Judgment Day then?
Potentially, yeah.
Directed by James Cameron.
I understand why you hold people, but I can't. And then he puts his scissor goes down in lava
He
at
just
the end.
comes out and he goes,
Yeah.
"Give me your clothes and your motorcycle. Give me your motorcycle." Oh, I walk.
Just punches tire straight away. Oh shit! And then the trailer would be like really madcap. Are you having a bad day, like Edward? Anyway. Right.
Just imagine that. Come with me if you want to live, and he just cuts her hand off.
Or stabbed her in the face, yeah. Or
Hey,
anything would happen.
he could do that bit where he puts his hand through milk carton, though. You know where he stabs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good bit, that. It's a good bit, that. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That is a
So-
good bit, isn't it?
Terminator 2. Right, cool. More questions for Nat there?
What sort of robots are we sending back? Are they going to be sort of twee Burton-esque ones?
Yeah, you know, a bit useless.
Is it going to be like a sad dish? Just send one of those back, and then
Like an onion
it's
pack sewn together.
it's a sad dish with really thin legs and pinstripe trousers on, or something.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm frightened of it. Oh, it's going to kill
ones.
me. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
As long as-
yeah.
Okay, cool.
With
All right.
stupid names like Bogey, Boogie, or whatever that one's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Aris Pottle and stuff. It's like nearly
Yeah.
names, but not. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Are we done with the questions there?
Yes.
All right. Let's move on then. Phil, it's time for yours. Are you ready for this? Minute
Yes.
on the clock. Away you go.
Okay, so this is called Edward Scissorlegs. All right, so it's the same initial story, but he's obviously got legs made out of scissors. He's discovered by a group of army cadets fundraising, selling home bake door to door, and one of the kids tells his father, who is a top army general in the U.S. Army, who in turn recruits Edwards to form part of his secret Cold War tactical team to infiltrate Russian spies and perform secretive world-saving missions. His legs are a lethal weapon, so instead of dishing out haircuts and cutting the wives of suburbia's bushes, he decapitates heads and shreds secret documents with them.
Nice. Okay. Right. Any questions?
Yeah, straight away. You know, like if it rains and then he
Yeah.
walks on the mud, won't he just sink on his stupid pointy legs?
No, he's got specially created waders that he wears.
He's got waders that go over his pointy scissor sharp legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're still dealing with a surface area volume issue.
How big are the scissors is what we're asking.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I
there you
mean,
go,
do they
yeah.
taper into a point? Because if
They're
they
like-
taper into a point, he can't go on anything soft.
No. They're like
But he could join the Bolshoi.
They're like scissors you get in nursery that you can put a protective thing over them as well.
Like a
So
couple, yeah.
yeah, so
Oh,
you can
all right then.
shield
God,
the
that-
scissors, but just look like a pair of Wrangler Pro Rodeos, but they're actually just
But
really.
if they're like the same type of scissors that you get in a nursery, then it's going to take him loads of chops to get the heads off.
No, these
that'd be
have
really
been these
messy.
have been futuristically sharpened.
I'm sensing holes in
futuristically-
this.
Keep drilling him. He's sweating. He's cracking under the pressure. Keep going.
Wait a minute. Futuristically in the Cold War.
Yeah, no, because this was around the time of the
Because I
Roswell
was under the
incident.
impression.
Right.
Right, okay.
And alien technology was found and stored in the same quarters as this elite army function who deal with Cold War spies. They also have access to alien technology.
and the aliens just developed a massive scissor sharp or like a big knife sharpener for their enormous roast dinners, I suppose.
No, it's just an alien who actually sharpens his legs for him.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's fun. And so what does he give like pep talks before they go off to land in Minsk?
Occasionally.
Right.
It's not the comedy sidekick you think it's going to be, I don't think, Eddie.
It's a shame.
I think you wanted a bit of a double.
I really was,
Yeah, I think that's what you were going for. You wanted a best.
It's a serious Cold War drama.
I was thinking this Yogi
don't
needs a
mock it.
boo-boo, but he didn't get one.
No, it's a serious drama. No mocking there. No
enough.
time for humour.
I tried.
Ted Danson's going to pop up halfway like Saving Private Ryan. Everybody goes, what?
There's also a lot of secret scenes that are only available in the director's cut. That was me attempting comedy.
That's fine.
It's too,
fine.
That was too late into the show to make a cuts joke.
Oh, okay.
So lead with the cut jokes.
If anything, Chris should have done that in his intro just to avoid it.
I thought it was cheap and grasping.
I reckon Chris had it written down. He just forgot.
I did. I've got it here.
It is a Chris Lumb joke, that.
Make loads of cut jokes, and I crossed it out. I went, not tonight. There'll be no impressions tonight either.
First cut is the deepest. I'll just cross that one out there. You know, just
hold on to your DVD copy. Oh, you can't. So we're going to put on the DVD box bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
As everybody fell silent. Let's keep going. We're getting dead air.
That one took 59 seconds, so you were cutting it fine.
Oh my good God.
That's Chris Lumb, that.
It is, that's right. Right then, let's move on. Eddie, did you both ask the question then, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
No, yeah.
To be honest, we asked him a few. We did grill him quite intensely on
that.
You
pushed
did.
that.
You went hard. You went hard there. You went hard and loose and fast and all the other words like that. Right
any which way, but.
I've got a minute on the clock for you, Eddie. If you're Requel, please. You ready?
Sure. Yep.
Go for it. Go.
So the remake is going to be done by Pixar, and it's a film about accepting differences, which is ultimately what Edward Scissorhands was about. So, Scissor Edward Hands. In Snippington, a scissor woman finds a scissor who was made with Edwards for hands. He receives odd looks, but soon shows them that he is able to stroke dogs, plait hair, and leave hedges alone. After the town sees him tear a piece of paper instead of cutting it, they get angry and drive him out of town. But every winter, they always get paper aeroplanes coming down from the creepy mansion they chased him into.
Wow. Okay. 44 seconds.
Good.
Right. Okay. Questions then for Eddie there?
Yes, please.
Yes,
are the paper aeroplanes weapons? Does he weaponize the paper aeroplanes?
Is it the Cold War?
It's not. He was a secret Soviet mistake. Yeah, that's the bit they don't tell you in the Pixar version. He was a secret Soviet mistake, and they went, cannot believe the scissor has been born with Edwards for hands. It's no good. He will not cut anything. And they went, and then they were from Transylvania, apparently. And then they sent him to live in the creepy mansion. So they go, let him go and infiltrate pig dog westerners.
Okay.
The subtext, though, that is mainly about what I said.
Yeah.
Phil?
Does he still get to see Joyce with her clothes off in the back of the salon?
She makes him undo her sort of like the safety scissor thing around her. She makes him undo that, but with his Edwards.
Wow.
She's never been undone before.
Well, we all like to get our Edwards on things, don't we?
Oh dear, I can't believe it. She only let me get my Edwards on her. Blimey. God. She's nice.
Here, Sid, we're going to dress up like an Edward Scissorhands. Anyway.
Steady on.
You get me Richard out.
Steady on, Bern. I'm about to get me Edwards sorted.
Have you got a Barbara Windsor for us, Nat? Can you do Barbara Windsor?
I can't do Barbara Windsor.
Can you do?
And I'm very sad because she's got Alzheimer's and you've just brought it up.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right.
He actually brought up her glory days rather than what you did, which is bring up her illness.
Yeah.
Natalie.
Nah, come
Don't
on.
you judge me, Phil. Not with the shit you've come out with.
Right, before they
You
throw
stop.
each other.
Never mock the ill.
It's time. It's time to vote, I believe. Right, so we're going for the replay.
Unless I happen to dislike the ill.
I'm gonna so get your votes in on Facebook. Don't forget, I'm gonna give you a quick recap on what you've just heard from the Requel. So Nats was the immortal robot from a sequel, travels back through time to kill the family, basically.
So they can't kill him in the future.
So they can't kill him in the future. T2 style, Terminator 2 references galore in there. Phil's was Edward Scissorlegs, who's an army recruit in a very gritty drama centered around the Cold War. He's got lethal legs, decapitates people. He's used as a military weapon. He's got a sidekick in it who's not there for comedy value.
Not in the least bit amusing.
No. He could maybe try and crack jokes, but he's not having any of it, Edward Scissorlegs. No. Right, Eddie's was the
He
Pixar.
cuts him off.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Just like I did. Eddie's was a Pixar version reboot, and it's basically a role reversal. So he's got Edwards for hands instead of scissors, and all the town's made of scissor people instead.
He's
A
called
bit like the
Scissor
shoe
Edward
people.
Hands. Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
Scissor Edward Hands.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so get your votes in, please, online, and we'll have a look at those in a second. So let's vote in the room. It's everything to play for. It's tricky, this one.
Do you know what? Just because I'm going to vote for Eddie because I find Phil's scissor legs questionable, and I still don't
After the grilling you give him.
Yeah, I still don't think he can walk on a soft surface. I'm going to go for Eddie.
Actually, yeah, Natalie's reminding me that physics doesn't work. Yeah, Nat, I'm voting for Nat.
Oh my God. I'm going to vote for Phil's because I think he got such a grilling. I think he handled it admirably. I'm going to vote for Phil's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for you, Chris.
According to last week, that is valid. So yeah, you can vote for
An
Chris.
audience member got a vote last week, didn't they, as well?
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for Eddie's because I like to see. I just love to see what the eldest looked like.
Yeah, it is hard to imagine, isn't it?
All right, cool. Let's have a look. Votes online, please. Let's have a. We've got.
He's really on the ball tonight, isn't he?
Thank you, Roberto.
I like the way
this
that
guy?
when Roberto comes to watch our thing, he's got a little pad with all the notes he's made. Right now, I always refer to Nat as cat, so I'll be able to.
To be fair to him, I think his I don't think his end key's working because he's said that before cats instead of gnats.
What is that meant to say? Robo-nop then?
You shut up and leave him alone. He's my
Maybe
friend.
he's got two C cat keys. He's got one where the N's supposed to be, and one where the C's supposed to be. Where the
Yeah,
C
you
is.
see there.
Yeah,
There's
it's like,
the N, and then there's the C all the way over here.
yeah. Right, we're getting some more votes. Hang on, let's have a
We
look.
can't have a late voter who's not voted for any of the other rounds.
Shut your
Hang on.
face.
We can.
I
Michael,
will come over there. Thank you, Janet.
And Eddie.
thank you, Michael.
It's all to play for still, and we've got.
This is what I'm referring to.
Oh yeah, I know. We needed that though because it'd have been even if not, and we don't know a tie. We've never had a tie break, so I don't know what we do. I think I just pull the cord if we get a tie break.
Just disappear, just vanish.
Yeah,
Cheese it.
I'll just go like that.
New rule: if you're not here at 8 o'clock, you can't vote.
Oh,
Sorry, Alfred Hitchcock. What the fuck rule is this?
the rule book for this show gets
Because
longer
the rules,
every week.
Edward.
We're gonna have to have a big tome where I go. Hang on, let me just check. Rule 467 says you can't do a repeat. Right, okay. So is there no more votes? No more votes? No. Any more votes? Nat has scraped through that round with the late vote there.
Congratulations on scraping that.
Controversial.
Oh, my confidence is so boosted, Eddie. Thank you.
I'm sure we
What
texted
did you
someone.
say? What did you say? What?
You were texting, going, give us a vote.
I mean, it is
Yeah,
your
but I
niece.
showed him my tits. Is that
It is
all
your
right?
niece. It is your niece. Right then.
I got my tits out.
Right, so Nat has won the evening. with 2 rounds.
Thank you very much. Shut up, Phil.
Came in
Thank you,
second,
Edwards.
and Eddie came third. Right then. So after that, thank you for voting along there with us. Now, this has never happened before. We've actually not had any suggestions for any Disney titles tonight. So we can either end the show, or I can give you. If anybody's got any last-minute Disney titles, shove them in now. And we'll have a quick look. Did you guys have any ideas for any Disney films that they probably won't make?
Because that wasn't supposed to be our bit of job.
I know. I've got one for you. Disney's Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
Well, I set it in the same world as Basil the Great Mouse Detective.
I love that film. Oh,
yeah.
God, I love that film.
And Rattigan can be a suspect.
Right.
Oh, what you do is you have Rattigan as a suspect, but then it's not him, and Rattigan and Basil have to combine their efforts to find Jack the Ripper.
Buddy cop movie.
There you go. Oh, I knew we'd get some. Oh, they're coming in now.
Oh, God.
Phil fire off the hook there. We got Marcus Monkey and the Mormons.
I've just seen the next one after this. Sorry.
The Forest. Oh yeah. Don't worry. Stop looking at the ones after you. Told you about that last week.
Marcus Monk.
Are Mormons allowed to watch Disney?
I think they're allowed to.
I think yeah.
Well,
that's just halted everything.
Well, Don Bluth, who did a lot of great work at Disney, he's a Mormon. So and he went on to make American Tail and all that stuff.
Who's Marcus Monkey then?
Marcus Monkey, presumably. Yeah, I mean, he's sort of a bit like Mickey Mouse, I suppose. I think that's where the inspiration came from. Yeah. And he's hiding it. It's a bit. Oh, I know what it's like. It's a bit like Witness with Harrison Ford, except he doesn't go to live with the Amish. He goes to live with the Mormons. So instead of raising a barn, he has to sing in a tabernacle choir.
And Harrison Ford could voice it as well. Could voice the.
Go on, do it, Chris.
Yeah.
No, I won't do it. I know.
Go on, do it, Chris.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, pass me a banana.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually,
I've got lots of sex appeal.
I reckon Harrison Ford should actually be.
Also, the rebooted Dumbo as well. He's not even picked one that's not been done.
And it was Tim Burton that did it.
Yeah.
I need to meet Roberto. Roberto, I need to meet you.
According to Anna, he's not real.
Is this Tom King?
Dear.
Is this Tom King playing jokes on us?
It could be anybody playing jokes on us. It's an open book, isn't it? Facebook. Ann Summers' Toy Story.
I like it. A female empowered version.
Yeah.
And then it'd be Toy Story 2. It'd be like batteries not included, wouldn't it?
And Buzz Lightyear could be a different character altogether.
Yeah.
Yes, Woody and the pair of legs that has got a fishing line on it that's called Hooker.
Oh.
There's a character in it. They never say the name of it, but in the script it's just called Hooker.
And the potato. What?
Phil, why don't you go and sit with Roberto? Yeah. Yeah. Go and sit with Roberto. Yeah. Good lad. Yeah.
Did the salt potatoes in Ann Summers, Phil?
Yeah,
I've never seen one. I've never seen
Everyone's seen a sex potato, Chris.
No, they're specifically just hard-boiled new potatoes in the form of bumbeats.
Chris, the stuff they sell there. Once you've got through an Ann Summers hamper, you need some starchy carbohydrate to get your strength back.
True, yeah.
So they give you a potato to just eat.
They go pop that in the oven. By the time you're done, it'll be lovely, crispy jacket.
You know, like Mr. Potato Head has like his different faces and eyes you can take out of him. Does Ann Summers' sex potato have different things that you can stick in and out of that?
Different sex attachments,
Sex attachments to the potato.
I think it's like a sex doll, but you'd be like, oh, today I fancy having sex with this doll, but it looks angry, so you put like the downward
Yeah.
eyebrows like that on it, and you know, I fancy her doing it, but with a bit more teeth than usual.
I
Yeah.
think
Change
you're
the
over. I
mouth
think you're
out.
overthinking it, guys. I was just talking about putting a potato up my bum, to be honest.
Oh, what?
So you do that anyway?
I know.
Hello, Ann Summers. Do you have sex potato?
Oh, it's Matt Lucas doing his song, innit?
Yeah, sex potato.
Yeah. Thank you, Sex Potato.
Thanks, Roberto, for your the answer. What's it?
He's tagging the local store.
He's tagged the local Ann Summers. I'm sure they've got back to you. They answer. What have they said? Yes. They probably said. Are you a real Italian? I think that's what the answer will have been.
Italiano falso.
Right then, cool. Okay.
Probably a good time to end the show now, isn't it?
It is a good time to end the show after all. Do you know why we didn't get as many comments?
The very idea of the show.
I didn't leave the comment banner at the bottom. That's why we haven't had as many comments. I'm sure that's why. I'm sure.
This is why
Absolutely.
you're a dick.
Right, we've actually. I thought this show was going to run longer than the others, but it hasn't. We've actually come in on time
because the
tonight.
first part went on for ages, and then we
It
got
went
the
on
second
for
part.
40 minutes, that first bit. 20. Right then, so let's do a quick thank you to everybody for watching on Facebook. Give yourselves a quick round of applause. Thank you very much, and leaving your lovely comments. It's always a pleasure to read and join in with you. Thank you to our regular viewers as well. That's lovely of you joining us on Sunday night here. Have you got any plugs, Phil? Any plugs for this week? Have you got any shows happening?
Just Wednesday, a new episode of TED Talks, the Ted Hankey podcast, is out on my Facebook page and on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, and usual places.
Lovely. So check that out on Facebook, Ted Hankey page. Nat, you got anything?
Me and Roberto are setting up our own show. Come watch that. It's called Roberto, Nat and the Sex Potatoes. We'll more details to follow.
I'll be very careful what you promise, Roberto. It sounds like you'll probably follow up on it. He'll be back in a minute. He'll be like, yes. Right, okay. Eddie, have you got anything this week?
IC News, as always, great podcast by Sam Gore and others. Chris and I and Tom King of Discount have appeared on it and may well do again in the future. Fire Breathing Kittens, an all ages Dungeons and Dragons audio adventure. Listen to them, Fire Breathing Kittens, lots and lots of fun. Other than that, just watch our the streams that Chris puts up on Fridays of different discount shows from all over the place. They have different combinations of performers. Some of them must be stretching back about 2 years old now, so you can have a look to see how lockdown has made us all fat.
Yeah, cool. All right, I was going to tell them about that, but you've just told them. So I have really. I'm kidding.
I think Eddie just took control there because he's seen you're presenting today and just thought, I reckon I'll probably do a better job.
Is that what's happened? Is that what happened then?
It turns into a soft coup. Yeah.
You're right. Hey, if you want to present, if you think you can run it, just do it. Just do it. Right. I'm kicking off now. It's kicking off. No, right. As Eddie said, watch the discount shows on Friday night. We'll put them up there. But we've also got a Star Wars thing where you can. I keep telling everybody about this. Send us an email at prequel@hotmail.com, and I'll send you a script page from the original Star Wars film, Episode 4. Film it and send it back to us. We're going to put them all together. We've already had loads of entries already from families on lockdown. I know people are getting out of lockdown now, but we're going to try and still do it and get it all completed. And then, we'll premiere it on Facebook and everybody can have a watch and have a laugh at that because we've got some really funny entries so far already, very creative. So send us an email, like I said, prequel@hotmail.com. We'll be back next week on Sunday night. We're always here Sunday night, 8 o'clock. And next week, we're going to be doing Pretty Woman as the movie of choice. So we want prequels, sequels, requels for Pretty Woman. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then the audience choice will be new Richard Curtis style titles for films. So you can have Hugh Grant in, the score. We've got Notting Hill, Four Winds and Funeral, all that kind of caper going on. I'm sure Roberto will remind us of them as we go next week instead of suggesting a new title. Anyway, but that's it from us tonight.
Four Weddings and a Hill.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. As always, we appreciate it. Hope you had a bit of fun with us on a Sunday night on this wet and windy night. We'll see you again. Thank you and good night.
Thanks for coming.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Slow.